Because in my mind and how reality works, everything goes around the North Pole. Everything goes around east to west. The stars, the sun, the moon, everything goes around
Yeah,
and
but you
around.
already know there's another point of rotation in the south. You don't deny that. You just make up magic for it, right? Is that what you do?
Well, no, there isn't another point of rotation. There isn't three.
Seriously?
Yeah.
You
When have
don't.
you ever seen it?
What do you mean? Where have I ever seen it? Like it's literally just a fact. Like
Well,
everybody in the southern hemisphere can film it. Them like you could go literally to
yes,
anywhere
but
southern and film it.
once at a time. So you can either observe it in Australia.
No, that's got nothing to do with rotation. That's just you to say that they can see these stars in this direction. I'm talking about 2 points of rotation.
Yeah, but I'm saying that point of rotation could only be seen by one observer in the south. So Australia will see this.
That's not true, but I'll just ignore that for a minute. How do 2 points of rotation happen at all if all of the stars are going around Polaris?
Well, there's a dome.
Right. How does a dome create 2 points of rotation
Just
on a flat surface? The only way there could be 2 points of rotation is on a spherical surface where one of the points of rotation is north and one of the points of rotation is south.
well, I mean, I don't have a model, but there's Walter Bislin's model that explains it.
It doesn't. Walter Bislin is not a flat earther. He did that for a
Yeah,
laugh.
but it's a flat. No, he didn't. That was a flat Earth model.
Yes, he did. He literally said he did it because he said, this is ridiculous, but this is the only way it could possibly work.
Yeah, but it wasn't for a joke. It was just to try and model it.
But why does none of this magic that's required for a southern rotation happen in the north? Why do we not need any magic for the north? All of the refraction and reflections happens in the south. And even though it's different stars, what's it reflecting from?
You're not listening, are you?
Yeah, you're not saying anything, so no.
Yeah, because I'm saying people in the south don't see it at the same time. It's at one time. So Australia will see it. The people in Brazil do not see it. If it's in Brazil, the Australians do not see it. If people in South Africa see it, then people in Australia do not see it. That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's not true. And Globey did that for you. If you're talking about the stars and the Southern Cross, I'm talking about the rotation, right? So even if that's true, there cannot be.
Effect of the dome. Yeah, that's just an effect of the dome.
How? Please demonstrate that.
The dome is a glass kind of dome. It's going to give you all sorts of refraction and reflections and all sorts of stuff happening.
Well, it's going to give you another completely different point of rotation with different stars appearing to rotate. A dome is definitely going to.
There's a star there in the middle.
It doesn't matter. Why does there need to be a star there in the middle? There's a point of rotation.
It's not even going around anything.
It's going around. There's a rotation. You don't need a star for reference. You can see the rotation doing this.
It's not. Yeah, but like I said, it's not antipodal to the north.
Says who?
Says only one set of people see it at one time.
Guys,
So
okay, go on.
Craig does a recording of that southern pole rotation with his camera.
He didn't use the right compasses.
It's fake.
Oh,
that, yeah.
what? He's in Australia, and you can actually see the stars not matching what we see in the north.
Yeah, I'm not saying that they do, but I'm saying the dome will have an effect on what we observe.
Where's your proof for that?
So the domes having a, but only like you can only see it from one point at a time. So that rotation point just happens to be over any continent. It needs to be over every time it's nighttime.
Well, it's not over every continent at the same time. Just at one time.
But you're saying they all see it, but at different times. That's your claim, right? Which is not true. But I can't be bothered to. It's not true. But I'm just going to go with it.
How is it not true?
Because I'm going to go with it because it doesn't matter, right? So I don't care whether you're going to cling to that or not.
Yeah, so
the point is,
I get you. So the cause now then would be the dome.
Right, Gas. What's more likely? I am sitting here in this chair. I spin, I look up. The ceiling appears to be going anti-clockwise to me as I'm spinning. I continue to spin the exact same way and I look down at the floor and it appears to be going clockwise. It's not moving. I am. But the appearance is that that's what happens. On a sphere, that is what would happen. isn't it convenient how on a flat plane that also happens, and it also just happens to be in all the places it needs to be at the exact right time? Do you not think that's a little like you accept that as evidence, but you won't accept anything else unless they phone Steve? That's ridiculous, and you need to accept that.
All right, so look, I'll show you.
So gas pressure. If you're talking about that, how do you have a solar eclipse in Antarctica?
Solar eclipse in Antarctica.
Yeah. How do you get a solar eclipse in Antarctica? Shadows the whole entire continent of Antarctica. And the Terminator line, or the totality line goes all the way around it.
I'm going to try and give you the screen. Oh, I can today. I couldn't do it yesterday for some reason.
This model here explains the poles. Right?
move that up.
So
let's look at the title real quick.
Stars, only one observer sees those stars at one time. They're all going around.
You know what cracks me up? You look at that and you just accept. Look at that shit you are showing, and to you that is completely feasible.
Go up to the title there, like gas pressure. Move it up to the title. What does it say?
Yeah, I know that I know he's a globe.
What does it say?
Why was you hiding it then, Gas? Why was you hiding the title?
I know he's a globe because I'm showing you the model.
Show the title.
This.
Keep going. All the way to the top.
Yeah, this is the top.
Flat Earth dome model only works based on the heliocentric model.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So, poles are explained.
Thank you.
So your own evidence debunks you.
No, it doesn't.
It does in the headline.
Stingray just debunked Gene, and he had to shut his whole. Gene had to drop out.
The explanation for this doesn't work on a globe, does it? So it's not the same.
What?
The explanation for why the light does what it does on a flat plane is not the same as it would on a globe.
So where it's again, what sun pattern creates that light, and what happens? Is that a summer light? What time of year is that light you're showing there, according to you?
It's got the date down there somewhere. It's small.
Right.
Show December. Show December.
Show December. 21st.
Yeah. There's December.
21st.
December.
Oh, how convenient!
Right,
Look at December.
See. There it is, December 21st.
Okay, now look at the sun. Now move that all the way to south of, go to the left, below Brazil, South America. Move it.
Do that animation thing itself, look.
Yeah, look at the sun.
But look, anyway, I have to keep showing
yeah, take it down. You don't have to keep doing that.
The point is that it can be explained, whether you like the answer.
If it can be explained, you didn't just do it. Like you completely failed to do it.
For example, on the globe, you need gravity. There's no such thing as gravity.
Oh, you're switching topics from the sun now. Can I speak? While you were just showing that crap map you just showed, because you still can't explain star trails, which you just proved there. But for the sun to do those patterns that you just wanted it to do there, it needs to be outside of the dome to do that. You realise that, right?
Again, I'm not making any claims of how any model works.
How convenient that you're still not making. Why do flat earthers never make any claims? But yet, I watched this funny live the other day, and it was all of the Flurf leaders, and it was Dave Weiss and all these other people. It had Mark Sargent on there, and Whitsitt was even on there, and all this. And while they all sit there saying, "We don't make any claims, we don't have a model," 4 of them had the Gleason's map on the wall behind them. 4 of them out of like the 8 or 9 that was up there. We don't make any claims. We don't have a model. Whilst their model is right there. The reason you don't have a model is because you know your model is completely falsifiable. It gets destroyed in every argument. So the only way you can even hold your own in any way is to deny everything and not have a model. I don't think
it does get falsified. I just think
why don't you claim it then? Tell me why you don't claim it then. If you're confident
I don't think
in
it actually gets falsified. I just think people misunderstand how the sky works. That's all.
We know not you, just everyone else.
Here, since gas pressure won't show it, I'll show it.
It's simple stuff. It's what happens when we look out. It's called perspective.
So everybody that's viewing, since gas pressure will not show this, this is December 21st, give or take. So equinox, right?
Mm.
That's the observer looking south, seeing the sun, but somehow the sun does this magical bend all the way to the north.
Yeah, what is that, Gus? What's that
How is
magical
that
bend?
possible?
What do you mean magical bend? It's just light bending.
Oh, it's light bending.
Oh, light bends now, does it?
Past the dome as well. Look at that. Past the dome. Looking south, where you see it right here.
Yeah, both
The
models
observer,
require something
yeah,
extreme to believe in.
it's the observer looking over south.
Yeah, you've got to
And
have
there's this
gravity. Gravity
weird
is not a
thing.
force, it's a magical entity. Without that, your model falls apart. Without
Weird
this light
thing.
bending, the model falls apart.
It doesn't fall apart. It's just objective reality, Gus. It doesn't fall apart.
No,
There's
there's
no
no
need.
science for gravity.
What are you talking? Oh, God, this again.
Exactly, that's my point. I mean, you're not really
goes-
equipped to argue it, but the point is that gravity is not a force, so it can't be applied to your model.
It's a.
And you-
We've had this
you need-
conversation. Can I be bothered to do it again? I don't know.
Oh Lord. There you go, everybody. That's what Flat Earth thinks.
Yeah.
How the Antarctic 24-hour sun bends outside the dome, even though the person is seeing right here.
Gas, could you imagine if a globe claim was azimuthal grid of vision, like what he's showing there? How much you would laugh at that? If the only way we could make anything work on a globe is to have a stupid little dome over everybody individually that,
No, because
that
what- you
bends
don't understand
everything 180 degrees.
You don't get what it's like showing. It's saying that's the distance you can see,
And
right?
somehow the sun, from this point that is further than these points, can't light that
Yeah.
spot up.
Why
But it
does it
can
stop
light up
there?
all this. It can
Yeah,
light up all this. Jeez,
Go on.
that just makes lots of sense.
Why does it not light up that bit there, Gas?
Yeah, it's a good question. Again, I don't have a model. I'm just
Coffee
pointing
cup
out
caustic, right?
there are models that explain these things. I mean, you don't have to agree with them, but like same with the globe, you don't have to agree with it.
Here
Just
to
a model.
here.
Oh, Kentucky Bob's back in here again. He was in here the other day. He was kind of like getting reasonable at the end, but because he's back in the comments section now, he's going to be all aggressive again.
Jeez.
So, which is
It's a
weird.
weird thing there. But yeah, so there you go.
Again,
shrink
yeah,
it down.
but you know, I'm not claiming to know how the sky works.
No, we all know
I'm
that.
claiming at the ground.
But you kind of need to explain the sky, because the sky completely works on a globe. Completely. There's nothing about the sky that does
model, not reality, model. So
But it's all you could. What do you mean? How would you like it to be shown then? You want someone to build an Earth-sized Earth and show you what happens on it, right?
No, what